Who is that? No, whose phone? Your kitty? Oh.
You're taking pictures. Okay, it is Tuesday, January 27th, and then 6 o'clock, so I'm calling the Franklin Public Art Commission meeting to. So the first order of business is election of a chair and vice chair.
I would nominate,
Should we do this when everyone's here?
I would like that better.
I think I would.
Let's
like that.
postpone for a minute. Are you willing to serve for an extra month? Or we're missing a person.
This is
everybody.
No, this is everybody now.
Deborah.
We're
Deborah.
short-listed.
Is that Deborah?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Deborah's not
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I haven't ever seen, that's what's thrown.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's totally it. Okay. Yes, let's wait.
Okay.
So,
So we'll,
so I would make, oh, I can't make motions.
do we need a motion?
Yeah, to.
What is that? Well.
Don't we, Dawn, or do we?
I don't remember, I feel like just a consensus, because you're just postponing it.
Okay, then just ask for a consensus to postpone it until our next meeting.
Do we have a consensus to postpone until next month? Next meeting?
Of course, I'm agreeable.
And we're already at the point to have a new chair.
Every year.
Been on longer than you
It's
thought.
been here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, where'd that year go?
Yes.
And everybody, so everybody agrees.
Okay, so we will table this till.
Does anybody disagree? No, okay. Okay, Dawn, there you go.
And then I have appearance of interested persons.
And you have one.
I'm also like later in the agenda, but if I could go down, that would be great.
Oh, you are?
But
So I'm on here for storm drain art program.
Oh, okay.
well, I think that'd be fine just to do it now.
Sweet, okay, but my dinner's waiting for me. Okay. Tammy Southerburn, Keizer, I'm here to discuss next steps for the storm drain art program that we've been working on for a bit now. Public Works has provided some new updates to what you have. What's the latest you were given information?
It's probably is it in the master plan, Dawn?
The draft is, it's not complete, not completed by Public Works, they're still reviewing.
So wait, are they, but isn't Tammy here to say they completed it? Yeah,
I met with environmental staff this week, and they had met with Tammy and also had talked with Jesus. I guess before
yeah.
he couldn't serve anymore, but they were excited about it.
But are they done? They were the holdup.
I think they were just looking for some.
We're looking for a few more details to wrap it up entirely, because there's a few holes to fill. before
Still?
they- Yes, that's what I'm here to ask you about.
Oh,
And then they'll understand everything and then we'll move forward.
okay,
So it sounds like I'll be coming back with a final.
okay, got it.
Okay,
So that means we can't do the master plan, because we want that included in the master plan until we've got a final in the master plan. So that whole discussion about, do we have that discussion on here about the map? I mean, we kick it. Okay,
okay, and also then with Jesus, no longer part of this. Does someone else want to be the representative?
For the street,
Mhm.
yeah,
for drain, not street
Sorry,
art.
you're right. Drinks. This is
yeah,
storm
it's
drain.
being added from what I was reading earlier today, it's being added to the art plan, it's like an addendum, so it's considered street art. Even though it's.
Well, but we have to separate how they're called, or we'll get ourselves screwed up.
No, I get that. I'm
So
just
street art, drain art.
saying, what days do you meet?
We don't, it was just, we met
On
one time. It's just having representatives here in case of any outreach needed. And that's the lead, I think it's kind
I
of
would
lead
do, I
of the
do,
liaison.
I had time capacity and I had a couple of notes that I had taken on it too. Cause there was, I don't know, is now when we discuss that or?
Well, should we look at?
Yeah.
It's an open forum, so if you want to throw your questions at me first, that's fine, it's not.
Yeah,
like
we're not real formal. We're art
Is
people.
this on, is this working?
Well, maybe you will answer them.
Okay, there's me. Maybe I just have questions for you.
Okay,
The rest of this should be self-explanatory, there's a few updates that were provided from the city attorney as far as, the 3 days that is. Given for the art to be put onto the storm drain, and then what happens if you don't? So just a few of those, and then the signature changed to city manager or public works director, and
to approve the project.
to sign off on the waiver.
Okay,
You're approving the project.
we're approving the art.
Right. Right. And then Stacy asked if we could, like I said, fill in some holes on dates for the contest. Mainly, we're just a little lost on the contest dates and how that's gonna, the process will go.
I was a little confused with the whole contest thing because
I
there's no
was too.
prize. I thought that we had talked about not having it be a contest previously,
Well,
or,
we're running it as the request was to run it as a contest, just to, as a means of outreach and getting ideas and similar. I know when you do the Christmas cards, there's a prize, which the prize in this case would be your art is now immortalized on the.
No, they get $100.
Or you can do that too. That was, I thought that was a question mark of, it's up to you as the commission if you wanted to provide that or not.
Yeah.
The goal was simply to. start
So
the art.
the environmental department has the money to pay for the paint, they're doing the paint. And we approve the image, but they don't have money to offer a prize for their contest.
Correct.
And why are we doing it as a contest? Yes.
That's the proposal. The proposal from environmental services is to do it as a contest rather than just do an open call to artists. And probably you can decide what you think, if you want to do that as a contest, which is how you do the holiday card.
Right.
Or do you want to just do an open call to artists, which is ongoing in how you do the utility boxes? So you're using both formats.
the utility boxes, they get paid $600, don't they?
No,
Or
And it's not,
$300?
No.
and it's not a contest, I think that's
No.
what we were.
it says
discussing the last
open
time.
call to artists. So you're using both methods. Your contest is your holiday card, and they have until March, middle of March. And then those will be considered for the next, this holiday this year. And they get $100, don't they, at Michael's or something? Yeah, so they get $100, so there's a prize with that, and there's a cutoff. If you do an open call to artists, then it's ongoing, and that's the utility boxes. Anytime somebody gets an idea and wants to have a utility box done, then they can submit it to us. And we have money this year, and it's January, and so we have $3,000 allocated, or close to that, to do 3 utility boxes this year. The $600 you're referring to, the company that puts the wrap on the box, that's what they get. If it's an artist, the artist gets $200 plus recognition with their QR code, with their website on the bottom of the utility box. I'm doing this for you. Thank you. So you do both methods.
Right,
So environmental services is saying they would like to do it as a contest, but they have no money to do a prize. We have money, so you could say, all right, and just because you do it as a prize this year, doesn't mean, as a contest this year, doesn't mean you can't say, you know what, we're just gonna change that and make it an open call to artists.
Okay, I guess that was part of what I was confused on, because that said contest, but there was no like
Prize
parameters or prize or.
and no
anything.
dates.
like,
Yeah.
like what makes it, yeah, and
Yeah.
do they just wanna do one, I mean, is that?
I can speak to that, but let me just check, Mr. Brown, did Stacy at all talk about if she considered open? Open call to artists, because I was approached as a contest, but I hadn't even thought about the difference.
When they met with me, they spoke of it as a call to artists.
Who did?
Stacy and Jenny and
Oh.
Haley, our environmental group.
Okay,
So
It's possible they're not, I know I wasn't aware, I didn't even think about the fact that there's difference.
Oh.
Like this was the way you do it in Keizer, this is what I'm familiar with, which possibly if they were on the same page I was. I'm happy to discuss, or if you want to chat with them and let them know the differences and then let me know how we're gonna proceed. Meanwhile, I can at least get our questions answered and then they'll have both, choose from.
Great, so you guys need to decide what you're most comfortable with. And I guess my advice to you would be, why interfere with the one contest that you do on an annual basis, which is your holiday card? I would at least try to do a call to artists originally, and we could put, you can do the exact same amount of public outreach to get people interested. And ask Cassidy, she is an artist. Is that something you would be interested in doing? And you know what you could offer is you could offer artists information. If they do a design and they do grain art, then you could offer the same thing that we offer for the utility boxes. There's a QR code that takes them right to their website.
Yeah.
So in that way, they're promoted as an artist. Is that something you'd be interested in as an artist?
Well, I thought that was kind of what we were talking about, along the lines of too, because like the contest is more for kids and it's like $100 gift card to Michael's, you
Mhm.
know, and so.
It started out that way. We wanted kids to.
Yeah,
participate.
so, like. But previously, I thought that we were still doing the call to artists, so I feel like that would be better, and the $200, if we have the budget for it, doesn't seem like a bad thing. And it's still, I mean, it's kind of like a contest in a way, it's not,
Well, they're not competitive with anyone else.
no.
That's the difference. Call to artists is every
just
time you
saying
get
not-
a submission, you make a decision. Do we like this design? Do we want to move forward with this design? They're not in competition with anybody else, right?
Okay, I will chat with them about that concept,
Sounds great.
to find out what they were thinking. Like I said, it could just be because that's what they were familiar with.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's a contest, there would be a start date and end date, and then
Correct.
that, you know, so,
Correct.
um,
And given that we are limited to what time of year we can do the painting and so on, that was probably just the pathway that got us there, but.
There's still going to be, it have to be a deadline for submissions and stuff, because we're gonna want the weather,
Well,
Right.
not necessarily. If they do it after the deadline, they get it the next year.
well,
Right, and that's a little something, if they agree to go down this, I would love more understanding of how that process works, unless it's out there on the website, and I'll just read myself.
yeah, I feel like that would lose a little bit of momentum though.
I agree.
You know, if you have.
But
something
you
to
could,
prove.
you could say all submissions that are submitted prior to X will be considered to move forward in this year.
Yeah,
That's kind of how they laid out the schedule.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe we're talking the same thing, they just are calling it a contest, but in a sense, in the end, we're all talking about the same thing.
I think that's what led to our discussion on this just last month or the month before. I think it was, the street art was somewhere in there was, somebody had called it a contest, and we're like, no, it's not a contest, so. So we've kind of already discussed that, differences, and so. I think maybe just explaining that to them. Because look, how many do they want to do?
so I guess to start with,
This year, they have 4 locations in mind, and they're hoping to choose 2. For this year first.
when you say choose,
Mhm.
do you mean they're gonna prioritize the location?
Yes, they're gonna prioritize locations and
Okay.
then.
Okay.
I think you choose the winners,
I think
Choose
that's a
zero.
great goal to try to do two this year.
and then the next 2 can be postponed to next year,
Yeah.
or we discuss what that looks
We'll
like.
be lucky if we can do that, because we'll have a lot of promotions to do.
Okay. So the timeline that we were assuming works is, in March, Public Works chooses the 2 locations for this year.
And announces them?
These are provided to you with
Okay.
requested dates for contest and template for each location ahead of your March meeting.
Okay,
And then in April, you arrange the call to artists and promote the program. Public Works will promote it also on website, which they don't remember what method they have yet. Okay.
Yeah, they do a lot of. Promotion.
And then
stuff.
in May, the contest would open, or maybe in April it opens.
yeah,
And so question is, how much time do you leave that open?
Well, it's brand new. And it's taken us years to get to the point where we get half a dozen holiday cards. And we haven't even really embarked on street art yet. That just really got finished and completed. It needs to be in the master plan as approved by the city council before we can really start promoting that. So I would say if we get that information and we're ready to go in April, we start promoting in April, because you'll want to do it in the summer, right, Tammy?
Yes, so the timeline, we can answer that in a moment. Contest artist application form and artist submitted to the city. Public Works staff screens the art for program criteria, then gives it to city recorder. The Don will present it to them,
Great.
and then early June, the contest ends. Does that sound realistic?
It gives
They
you
open
July and August,
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
So like early June, and then mid-June, you're welcome to check out the locations and know more about what that's about. So,
Well, they'll announce the locations in March to us or in April to us.
yeah, you'll know in March.
Great. So if we have that information, then any of us can go and look at and see. And I think that would be really effective to do so that you can take a picture of where that's gonna go. And then when we promote it on the website and when we promote it on our individual socials, they're gonna see right where it is.
Well, that's something I can do too, since
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the liaison for it, but
Great.
so my other question with that is for a timeline, if we're still waiting on the master plan before we can implement the street art, are we gonna have to wait for the master plan to implement the train art?
Yes,
Okay,
which is why we need a finished project.
right,
So we can put it in the master plan so we can get it approved as part of our,
so I had some other pieces on that, too, if it's, or did you still have more on that too?
Let me just finish the timeline and then all yours. So early June, we finished the contest, mid-June, you view the submissions with the locations. The June meeting, you'll vote on 2 winners, 1 youth, 1 adult with the idea. You let them know. June 16th is, I believe, of this year is the calendar date. In July, Public Works will host an orientation meeting and have the agreement and waiver signed. And then end of July, Public Works will prep the site, supply the paint, set up traffic control, etc., and the painting can happen at any point there.
So, there's a couple things for clarification, so, there's a consistency issue on storm drain section page 26, where it says, that all designs must include the phrase only rain down the drain, but then on page, 55, also on page 27, it says the same phrase is presented as one of multiple themes, and, so it says that the rain down the drain, or there was.
The river starts here.
Yeah, the river started
Yeah.
here, or, another theme. And so, like, there's just some, like, I thought it was good, but just some clarification on what that exactly entails, because it's saying it has to say this, and then it's in another section that goes, has to say this, or it could be this.
So I did discuss that in our communications at some point, and they removed the river starts here. I wasn't aware there was another even option. So we're only doing rain. We're only going to do only rain down the drain as the theme. So
Okay.
it should be simplified, and if we overlook a correction somewhere in documentation, that's easily fixed. But yeah, that was the decision.
So it said, then it said ecosystem appreciation.
Yeah, ecosystem was the other thing, but we're not doing that either, it's just only rain down the
At this
drain.
point, yes.
Okay.
only regional thing. Okay. I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, that was my only discrepancy on that, so.
Well, that's a good catch. Okay, couple questions then I have about process, and maybe we'll actually answer everything we need to, and then you can decide if you feel it's complete, if there's still lingering topics or not. Do you need to ask city council each year to run the contest?
No,
No.
it'll be in the master plan and say that it's an annual or annual program.
Okay. This is just some of my understanding of how this works. When does the waiver for the right-of-way permit need to happen?
Well, before they paint,
But how soon ahead of that do we need to request it, or do you request it, or who
No.
does that?
we choose art.
They, yeah, they could do that, I mean, it's from Public Works, the right of way. They,
So the waiver will be issued, but so that doesn't need to go to city council?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
Okay. So that's internal,
Follow up on that.
thank you.
Yeah, why would council need to approve a waiver, Adam? I mean, once the program is approved, it speaks to the waiver in the program, which is in the master plan, which they approved the master plan.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to go back to,
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
okay,
Good to know. I was just curious how the contest will be promoted. How do you do your outreach?
all of us have social media presence. And Claire sometimes does Canva postcards for us that look very nice, and posters. And we also have Cassidy, and we also have Deborah, and we also have Becca. We've got artists, with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Well, you're art adjacent, right?
I am already just, but I sent notes to Claire because I'm still struggling to get everything up on the Radness calendar, so I'm capable, but the time. the
That was
time
it right
isn't
there.
now.
So we create some type of a poster that would say only rain down the drain type of deal. And then we would have it on the website. We would have that consistent message.
That's a great thing in general.
It really is.
Yeah,
It really
and that's
is fun.
something our environmental staff does really well. They do a lot of social media promotion.
And so they could develop, if
Yeah.
they develop the poster, we'll just push it.
Yeah, they'll do a lot of
I
content.
mean, we could put that in all the schools too, only rain on the drain, because I mean, it is pushing environmental stuff too, so.
And so we get it out to McNary. We've got contacts with McNary Art Kids. We'll get it to Keizer Art Association. That's our regular channels, Artists in Action.
Who covers the printing of those?
Well, we'll do everything electronically. Unless, if there's printed posters. I mean, that's a short timeline for printed posters. I mean, they're like $150.
Okay, it's not critical to what we're trying to accomplish, here.
Right.
It's just
Well-
just wondering, and then when you said you're making posters, I'm like, oh, that's some pretty good printing numbers.
Yeah, we didn't think hard copy. We don't do anything hard copy ever again.
Just the packets.
So comparing it to the holiday card contest, is it possible to provide the location template as part of the form that they fill out?
The
So the card contest, there's no location, there's no extra documentation or,
right,
Just put it
Indication.
on one.
right, so can you just include, can we update that particular submission form to have the location so they know where they're targeting? You mentioned taking a picture and putting it on there, so it sounds like yes.
thinking this through.
You're talking about the applicant putting it on?
No,
During the promo, whatever's on the website that they apply to,
Yeah.
we need to share.
Oh,
location.
the poster. We're talking about, well,
Well, the-
just the location of the drain that we're looking at for right now, that.
Just so they know what they're putting in, creating art for.
yeah, so how I envision this, how I do, my posts are on Lori Christopher Keizer Community Girl. And so anything Keizer I push out on that Facebook page. So what I do is we would have probably pictures of the drain locations and a poster. So it'll be a poster, drain location. So when they first see it, it'll be environmental. We'll do a nice little poster that says only rain down the drain. And then we have the pictures there. So we've got the poster and the two picture locations. That's what we push out.
But will it also be on the submission form that they fill out?
No. And I don't think that's a good idea, Tammy. We don't want that on the, I mean, they'll name it, we'll call it by name. And we'll do that when we do the social posts. We'll say Shamal and River or, whatever it is. So they'll know the location and they'll see a picture of the location. But I don't think it needs to be on the submission. They just, well, you know what, we'll say location 1, location 2. So when they do the submission, you want location 1, location 2. That
They
works,
might be
doesn't it?
designed differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, you're relating this back to the environmental people who are gonna create this lovely little poster, so Claire doesn't.
Yes.
Okay, good girl.
So location one.
And location 2, what would you like?
Or first and second choice.
Oh, yeah, we need to add, would you accept either one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good catch, Kenny.
Well, there's a chance though with that each location looks different from the other. Because each one is unique to the curb line.
Yep,
So just
Right.
don't,
Yeah.
So either or wouldn't really work.
I don't
They're
think so.
designing this
it
specific-
could or it could not, but it's up to them. Depends on what the design is. It could work for either one, so that would be their choice. Do you want number one? Do you want number two? Does either one matter? If it will only fit one of them, they'll have to say, it's only gonna fit number one.
You said incentives could be question mark. Who receives the entries? How does that work?
Who what?
Who receives the entries?
So it'd be on-
Dawn?
Dawn.
Everything is. And then how will you judge?
What do you mean?
How does the judging process work?
Well, because we're not doing a contest.
Right, is it viewed at one of your meetings or is it behind the scenes?
Oh, no, it'll be in a meeting.
Yeah.
It's like this.
We would see the art, so it's like, we have these on the packet here, where we've got like art to vote on for an upcoming display. There's it.
And we don't judge the art, we just.
We just approve if it follows if
Like,
it follows the guidelines.
But how do you
family
vote on the
friendly.
winner?
I'm sorry?
You would select the,
If it were a contest, then we would select the winner. So, and usually we do that in a meeting, and we.
here's the 6 people we
Here's the
got.
6, and we might, I mean, we would have to. We might number them and say, you know, my first choice is this one, my second choice is this one. And so that, you know, then whoever gets the most, number ones, that's number one,
So the first thing we pick out is it community art appropriate? Is it family friendly? Or is it a art piece of naked boulders? We would not choose that one. And so then we go from there.
I got a story to tell you later.
I'm scared to hear it.
Do you create a rubric for deciding things, as you just mentioned?
We're artists.
No.
What is she thinking that?
Yeah, no, the rubric is just that it just gets submitted, it comes in our packet, and then we decide collectively if it's family appropriate and. If it goes or not, but I mean, again, it's not a contest, it's a call to artists, so. I think that's the key point here is that we're not doing it as a contest. So it would follow much along, like we were saying before, with the
Utility box.
yeah, the utility box, I keep wanting to call them electric boxes, but.
That'd be okay.
Yeah, the utility box wrap, so it'd be very similar, do you have that? The info for the utility box wraps, cause I could send you that.
It's on the website.
I think
Okay.
Yeah, so.
It's gonna be exactly
Yeah,
that.
be following that same format.
And I tell you, we're pretty, I mean. On that one, the utility box wraps was, we wanted Keizer themes, which is why we've got a lot of irises and different Keizer.
Same.
Yeah, different Keizer themes. So we may want to say, they may choose that's what they want to continue that. But, and if they get more, like if they get 3 and they like all 3. What's to say, we choose this is exactly what we did with utility boxes. We picked the first 3, but then we liked 3 others. And so we pushed it to the next year when we had money again. So everybody got in.
Okay.
We want to promote, even though we want to promote that this is only rain down the drain, at the same time, simultaneously, we want to promote local art, local artists. So we want as many people to participate as we can get.
How many storm drains do we have?
A bunch,
A lot, I asked that
Yeah,
question.
more than 4.
So I think the rubric, if you're choosing equals among, the greatest among equals, the message is important. I'm looking at the link they provided to Richmond, Virginia. And they have a ton of applicants, but the ones that were chosen were ones that were consistent with the theme.
Saving water, or
Yeah.
only
Clean.
only rain down the drain. And that's required, so part of their design has to include that tagline, correct?
Right, and Public Works is going to filter it to make sure it meets the criteria, because they're doing this in place of those little discs that they're required to put on the storm drains.
Yeah.
So they have to make sure that what they're doing is actually accomplishing more than just art, but actually, the DEQ.
It's filling a statutory requirement for
Right.
education
No,
for our
no.
permit.
That's gonna be so much better than those medals, or I don't know what you call them. Who reads those?
And then the application itself, do you handle that? All right, those are all my questions. So I think we're speaking the same language as far as contest versus call to artists. So as far as the dates go, that was what they wanted me to ask you. When do you want the application due?
For consideration this year, man, I'd say no later than April.
Well,
No.
we're. That's when we find out, we only find out in March. Things from the,
We find out in March.
which storm drains there are,
They know now.
do they?
They know,
Tell us
they
in March.
selected 4.
They have 4 in mind.
Yeah, they have,
We should find that out at our next meeting in February, Kimmy. And then we should open that sucker up as quickly
Well,
as
she's
we,
the one that said it was March that they were gonna let us know.
but let's walk this through.
Uh-huh.
So they already know which ones they want to target. So if we get that information in February, along with the poster that's Environmental Services is going to create, if we get that in February, then we can go snap pictures of the whatever, whichever 2 locations they choose, and we can get that out there in March and get them March and April. But by the end of April, we better be making decisions in May, because it's gonna roll in July.
Tammy, is it possible to get those locations now?
I don't have them, but I will ask them if they could share them. I don't know why not, but
Yeah, it's not.
I get it.
Yeah, I could go take a picture. I'm pretty much free-ish on Mondays. Like, it wouldn't be something to go take pictures on Monday for me,
Okay,
if I knew the locations.
I'll reach out to Stacy tomorrow as a follow-up to what we're doing here, and then we can chat about doodles if you can help me. not
Yeah, I don't think we can do it
something that-
before, we can't put it out till March, because we need to finalize programs, so we can include it in the master plan, so that we can approve the master plan, so that it can go to city council. All that's gonna happen by, I'm gonna say, second meeting in February. For city council to approve the master plan.
But we
I don't think that's
we
unreasonable
will
to you.
not have met before then. Are we ready? Is it ready to go?
It will be as soon as we get to this. This is the reason it's pulled, but I think everything else is ready.
I had a couple of notes, but it's something that shouldn't. I have some stuff on the master plan, but it should not
Hold
hinder.
it.
Yeah, it shouldn't hold it up. It's just a little addition I think to bring in,
Okay.
but it shouldn't hold anything up. So,
Now, when you say a little addition, you don't mean a new program.
no,
Good. program.
no, not a new program.
Um,
The year, the 1 year later.
Yeah, I'm like, well, there went this. Okay.
So what do you need to make this fine?
what do we need to make this fine?
We need a sign off by environmental services and or public works to say, yes, we agree with everything that we've talked about tonight. That comes to Dawn to add to the master plan, so that when we see the master plan in February, we can adopt it.
Okay, so that was, so that was my thought. If we meet in February and adopt it then.
What's our date? What's our meeting date?
So it's not the 4th.
No, it's usually the 3rd.
It's
No, they're
fourth.
holiday.
It's
So-
fourth.
There's another holiday in
Yes.
February.
So they are giving. So,
Holidays
so
are
city
killing us.
council won't even be able to get to it until March.
So we'll want it on. So we'll want to approve it. In February, so we can get it on that first week in March, so that we can still kick it out in March.
So when we meet in March, so not so towards the end of March.
Well. I think we can, if city council approves the master plan. We can go. We don't have to meet to go. We know we're gonna promote it. We're gonna have a poster. We know the sites. Becca's gonna go take pictures. Well, that can be sent out to the members of this committee and we can start promoting as soon as the master plan is adopted.
City council doesn't need the pictures and stuff like that,
No,
and they
no,
don't need that at all,
no.
they just need their approved plan,
That's right.
so.
Because it's an ongoing program that involves public art. That's what this committee's about.
So which city council date are we talking?
First one in March. That's the best we can
March
do.
2nd.
So that would, but we would need the final from you guys before February 24th.
That's correct.
February meeting.
Yeah,
Before the February meeting, and Dawn will want it like a week before. So you'll want it like the. Whatever.
double check on that, yeah, February 24th.
Adam, why do you have a curious look on your face?
Well, I'm just wondering, in the master plan, we don't have to have the full program and application materials.
We don't,
We just need to have like, this is the program and
do you know your city council? I think
I
we need
think
the
we're
full
almost there
program
now,
fine.
Mr. Brown, so
Yeah.
it probably doesn't, I suspect we're there. We just need to
I
define.
do
these two
Yeah,
things.
this
I
looks pretty,
think we're there,
this looks
Adam.
pretty good.
If you're trying to make it happen in February, I think we can.
Yeah.
But we could definitely make it that first meeting in March.
Mhm.
But
Okay, so I'm just gonna recap what I need to work on.
Okay.
I'll reach out to Stacy and team to let them know what we discussed and
and
clarify.
start designing a poster for 2025.
And
Six.
clarify, call to artists
Uh-huh,
versus contests.
uh-huh. And we're going to put in there that they have to be submitted by no later than April 30th for consideration in the 2026 year. That's our deadline for consideration. No, month and a half this year, but next year they'll have much more time because it's a brand new program. We just can't get there.
Seems like maybe since it's a brand new program, we might need a couple, maybe 2 months or 2.5. It seems like 1 month is not a lot of time.
We can always kick it if we don't get anybody.
Okay, so April 30th is the application due date,
Uh-huh.
middle due date. But
For
we're-
consideration in 2026.
And you'll let the artists know when.
Then it will be in our
Our May meeting.
May meeting.
Mhm.
So
Right after that.
kickback for May is scheduled to be the 19th of May. So we would have our final answer when we vote on it on the 19th, and then Dawn would know and let you guys know.
On the 20th.
Okay, so back to my to-do list, my action items, call the
And we
artist.
need a poster, please.
Do you need anything else to? To do this?
Okay. Discuss with Stacy that getting a poster by February. So you want the whole package. We need to finalize all the documents. Okay, and then I've lost most of my thoughts now. But I'm gonna ask her, that's where it's gonna go. If I reach out to her tomorrow and connect and she's willing to share the locations, I will let you all know through Dawn.
Yeah.
That's right.
The locations, and then Becca, you can take pictures or do what.
Yeah, if you let Dawn know, she'll send that to me or to all of us, and I can get out the following Monday and go take pictures. If I'm able to make time before Monday, I can, but Mondays are usually my greatest day.
I probably don't even have to be in the middle of that. She can get you locations. Let's make
Yeah,
this easier.
Yeah, just give it to Dawn.
Okay, so locations, documentation, you're getting in the master plan for the schedule we discussed here. What else do I need to do?
Get a poster.
Yes, that's on the list, okay, with the star next to it,
Good.
okay. Anything else
I don't,
to move this forward?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Yay, we're there.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Very, very well.
I've struck on for a while.
Becca and Tammy may exchange our email addresses.
Absolutely. Pretty sure my email is very public.
Wonderful. Anything else I can answer on all of this? If I have any questions, I'll figure out how to ask them.
Happy dinner.
So while I'm here, I can update you on the street art program. You said it's not the master plan yet, I get that, but we've been just trying to get our feet under us and how to even progress forward, so. The Northwest Keizer Neighborhood Association, which is ours. We met with McNary's.
Wait, northwest? Northeast?
Northwest. What did I say?
You said northwest. They have northwest and northeast? Oh, oops, I didn't realize that.
They're greater, we're just.
We're just water.
So we met with McNary's art structure Todd.
Yeah,
And
like,
a couple times, what we ended up doing was measuring the intersection that we're interested in, which is on Newburgh and Max Court. And we created a grid that they can utilize as their drawing template, and then we asked that the students get creative on thinking next steps and how they can actually put that on the road, because it's not so easy, because now you're making it, 10 times bigger. So we're excited to see where that goes. He's gonna integrate it into his lesson plans.
oh,
So,
this is great.
so
Annie.
starting next term, which is at the end of this week.
Yeah.
There's a flip happening soon. Okay. So he says we were too short timeline to hit last semester, so they'll integrate into the next one and get us in a couple months. What they.
And will that be a student group? It won't just be one student.
I'm putting to the whole class, so he says we're gonna get a whole
This is
variety of,
so great.
and so we asked that it be possibly McNary themed, because it's right
Yeah.
next to the school, and so yeah, I'm excited to see what they come up with and
Is
show
it
us.
Newburgh and where?
Max. The closed gate on Newburgh.
Oh, there.
So
Adam, how good is that?
we have
Fantastic.
spoken with 2 of the 4 corners, just by happenstance, because we were standing there measuring. Both seem on board, so we still have 2 more to talk to, but I was waiting until we had something to present, saying this is what we would like to put here, what are your thoughts, rather than an open, we just want to paint the road in front of your house. They may be a little more hesitant to say yes, not knowing what's gonna be put there. So that's where we're at the moment. We suggested that the students calculate the amount of paint it's gonna take and so on and so forth. So we'll see how far Mr. Layton will be able to take that lesson, well, on this first one at least. Otherwise, we'll figure all that out. I did speak with Sherwin-Williams for the information on the paint. And it is, so instead of paint, they said use stain, which was a little surprising, but that's what they recommend for
Who
both
said that?
programs, Sherwin-Williams.
Interesting.
So,
Huh.
no primer needed, it's gonna be stained, they said sounds like it's not gonna last as long, but. They recommended that be the mediums.
And who was that? Where do they work?
It was the manager there and he called, I spoke with him and then
So
he
crazy.
talked to his vendors and he got back to me and said. Cause we were discussing paint versus stain, cause I knew when I met with the Salem folks, they use paint because they primered and then painted and so on, and that was the information I had.
Yeah,
But when I was chatting with the environmental folks, Stacy said that they talked to them and they were recommending stain. So then I went in and I'm like, what's the better choice here? Talking concrete versus asphalt, and he says. He would look into it and he called me back a couple days later after speaking with his vendors and he said, no, that they said to use stain for both applications.
and how long will that, how much, so we anticipate it would be 3 to 5 years, so what will stain be?
Possibly a little less.
Okay, but we don't know.
I wonder if there's any
Interesting.
examples of that anywhere. I thought it was all paint, that I had seen pictures.
Are you thinking translucent stain? Cause that's what I'm thinking. But it might, maybe it's okay.
It's gotta be opaque and it comes in the standard colors.
Interesting.
But we're gonna find out, and if we. Try it out, then we don't, and realistically, if this is what the what our public works buys for. The storm drain art, we can
Yeah.
kind of get a look at it.
Yeah.
If we decide this is not the direction we wanna go, we should use some paint. We know how to flip over, cause there's examples of that right here in Salem. So I don't, that this may work to our advantage, that we're a little behind on their timeline. At least as far as purchasing.
Tammy, great job. It's so hard to. It's just hard to connect with the schools and get the teachers on board. Those McNary art teachers are great, but good on you for moving this along. I'm super excited about this.
So are they then thinking they're gonna get this done before the end of the year?
Mhm.
That class, so it's just gonna be the next class that comes in will continue on the project or?
No, each one is independent, so we're asking them to present or create art to put at this intersection.
Right.
And then we'll select with your help the well. I'm not sure how we're working that out, because it is submitted for the neighborhood association and we want to see which one represents our neighborhood the best. And we'll come to you for approval.
That's it, yeah.
And then as long as you agree, the summertime when it's dry out, we will work with them on applying it to the pavement.
So you're gonna bring the kids in, not in the school year?
Right,
Oh.
and
okay.
really, it's not a class project, it's more of the artist submits, and if they're chosen and they agree to do this. They will work with us as the neighborhood association to apply it.
Yeah.
They're the artist and they need the. What's the word
So
for it?
it's
They're
interesting, so you're going to the neighborhood association and they're gonna kind of look at it first.
You're on the board, aren't you?
Yeah, that's, I,
So, I was just wondering, is this something that for the storm drain art, should that go to,
Neighborhood association?
no, not that, well, maybe that too, I was thinking more the environmental, what they're looking for, do they need to?
Or take paint?
Yeah.
She just said.
No,
we'll
no,
do it.
no, the, who are you working with for the storm drains?
Stacy,
Pardon me,
Stacy,
Stacy, and so does Stacy, do they want to see what the art that's submitted for the storm drains and like the neighborhood association does to, to approve it? To see if it meets their,
Before it gets to
before it
us,
gets to us.
they have it. So
Not the art,
environmental
not the
services.
art, no, environmental services doesn't have the art.
Yes,
They have to, because
Yes.
it has to say,
they have to approve that it meets the criteria.
Okay.
which
Then it
program,
comes to us.
Then it comes to us, okay.
which program are you asking?
I'm.
Drain art.
Yeah, I'm talking about the drain art.
Yeah, the drain art will go, when it comes to Dawn, the submission, she'll send it to them and they will make sure it meets their
Okay, I
criteria and then
understand.
come here, yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so, but to answer your question, I believe we built it into the program that even the street painting goes through Public Works. And so environmental being part of that, they all put eyes on it.
Before it gets to us, it's already been approved by all the cities.
all the environmental stuff has to be cleared before we get to look at it.
Right, okay.
And if we choose art and we're not, we don't get the neighbors support, like we don't want this in front of our house, the answer is no, I do not want this. I'm not sure what our next steps would be there. We don't really have another plan B, so I might go.
You're thinking the neighbors on Newburgh
Mhm.
will say we don't want art on our street?
They're gonna love it.
I think so
Yeah,
too.
I think so too, but I do need a contingency plan, I just haven't figured out what that
Well, we
is
pick
yet.
another site.
They haven't said anything to the cross country kids to run around there in circles daily.
Hmm.
So,
That's true, we could have a petition. And maybe you can make suggestions, so what you wanna see there, since you do look at it every day, right?
Yeah, I think we cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't think we'll get a lot of pushback. Unless it's, I mean, that's why you have that family friendly art, so you don't really get pushback on. This art's too weird and I don't want it in front of my house.
But we do, so as we're learning the process and dialing this all in, we're in communication with the other expert associations, so we'll be sure to share the process so that they can just pick up and utilize it themselves and all over town, hopefully we start to see street art. That's the goal. But we're still working through all the details before we can share too much.
Okay,
Any questions?
no, you great.
Thank you,
Good
Kat.
job, Tammy.
Thank
We'll
you.
be in touch. Thanks
Okay.
for letting me talk so long.
Oh.
You gotta go?
Sorry.
So it's come to my attention that I skipped over approval of minutes.
Mhm.
And went straight to parents of interested in citizens, so would anybody be like to Because everybody do the minutes. So we need a motion for the minutes.
When someone who's here.
No, you don't.
Um,
You can move it.
motion to approve the minutes for last. Meeting and.
Second, also. So all in favor of approving last month's minutes?
Opposed.
Opposed,
Motion passes.
motion passes.
Why don't we talk to Jim?
Mhm.
Why don't we talk to
Yeah, well,
Jim?
yes, that was. That's minutes, I was,
Oh, good, because he's the interested person.
well, no, but I totally screwed it up.
That's okay.
So anyways, Jim, can you tell us a little bit about what brought you here to the Keizer? Commission?
Sure. Well, I've been retired 10 years from the Indian school as an
Really?
English teacher.
Really?
I'm a poet. A wannabe poet. I
Excellent.
go to, I go to Bush Barn where there's a poetry series every week. What brought me here? My wife wants me to get out of the house because I bother her while she's still working at home some days. No, I just, I wanted to do more volunteerism, and I wish I had started in Keizer much sooner. So that I knew the context of what we're talking about. But, so what brought me was volunteerism and a love of art. Oh, I have an interesting point. I just got back from the Getty Museum.
Oh,
2 days
wow.
ago. I went to LA. Came back with this blue, but
Oh, great.
yeah,
Back
they're
up,
all
Blair,
affected.
back up, Blair.
What else can I say?
How long have you lived in Kaiser?
30 years.
Okay, we'll meet that criteria.
And is your wife, is she an artist?
No. When I presented myself to get approved, I crowed about, my mother was an artist. I grew up looking at all kinds of great art. And we went to museums a lot, and that doesn't make me an artist at all.
It makes you art adjacent.
That's right. I'm visually experienced.
Mhm.
I'm in the humanities as
Well,
a life,
and working at
course.
Shamala Indian School,
pardon?
working at Shamala Indian School,
Yeah,
you were surrounded by art with those murals on the wall.
yeah. I went to, I met my wife down in Santa Monica. I was teaching ESL in between terms in LA Unified. And then we decided to go to Colorado so I could attend the Naropa Institute, which is this crazy beat poet school in Boulder. And that gave me an MFA, and I was able to teach college writing in Denver. But then I got so fascinated with Southwest art and Southwest natives that I looked at the BIA's website. And I also had to get back to the coast because the coast is the best. The West is the best. I didn't have a clue about Keizer or Oregon. That was just north from where I grew up in the Bay Area. At least we're not Canada.
Well, and people don't know that Shamala Indian School, that's federal employment. So you're a federal employee with all the federal benefits that come with that. I constantly try to sing those praises so that, because I know they have a really hard time recruiting. And people think you have to be Native American to work at this school, and you do not.
No,
So anyway,
it'd be best if you're sympathetic. And I was fascinated with Southwest art. I used to go and worked as a seasonal ranger at Chaco Canyon. Do you know what that is?
no, where's that?
Cliff dwelling
Oh.
city, south of Mesa Verde.
Oh,
I'm random all over the place today with
well,
these stories.
you're perfect for us.
But the Indian school was a great experience. My buddy said, come on, let's retire together. And like a week guy, I said, oh, okay. But I wish I hadn't,
Oh, really?
because I wish I was still working
Okay,
more regularly than I do ESL teaching still with Mid-Valley Literacy.
oh, great.
Have you heard of them? They
Yeah,
come to the,
Ing,
yeah.
yeah. can't remember her first name. But yes.
Yes, so
So you're looking to get busy.
give me some work, but I have to process it first, which is tough with this old brain. My wife's, oh boy. Yeah, she's 13 years younger and she's with it. And I'm Stacy.
Okay, well, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you for interest in my random biography addendums, whatever.
That's okay.
Okay, well, I'm just skipping all over the place here, but.
No, you're back on
We
target.
are back on target with the gallery display schedule, and so the approval of the Joel Nichols artwork for February and March display.
Motion to approve, that was beautiful.
So, I don't know if you had a chance to look at any of that.
So, Jim, we have two galleries. We have two public galleries. The
Okay,
first gallery is right on the other side of this wall.
yeah,
That is called the East Gallery. Then in the front of the building, there is another one that is a long expanse.
right,
That's called the North Gallery.
okay,
And we rotate these every 2 months. And you can, if you can either take one gallery, you could take both galleries. Artists can couple together if they want to split it up, but we try to keep local artists rotating on an every 2 month basis in the East and North Gallery.
So when they submit their art and we approve it.
yeah,
So we look through it, and in the packet that you got there,
There's gonna be samples.
there's going to be samples of his pictures.
So you can make sure that we have no, nothing that's inappropriate. Some of this stuff is, I think this is Nichols. Yeah,
So we've had some experience with the East display here, probably,
oh, half dozen times.
yeah, quite a few times. So we need to approve his art so that it can be displayed in the February, March time slot.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
second,
Okay,
Well,
so all in favor of the motion to approve Joel Nichols' artwork for February, March display?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so motion approved. See here,
why did B say 25, 26? What's that mean?
I don't know.
Dawn dear,
It's for it's December of 2025 and January 2026.
was,
So that's for the quilts.
oh, that's,
Oh, wait, no,
Wait.
never mind.
you mean 26, 27?
No,
Oh.
I'm off because you asked about the quilts, and so I'm still thinking about that. So it's, I think that's the next artist.
Sandy and Larry Gross?
Yes.
But are we looking at,
So,
Oh, this is just this current exhibit.
Yes.
oh,
December to January.
okay, so that's it, okay, and so that's already approved everything, that's just
oh, yeah,
FYI.
yeah, just so you can see what's on the right.
Okay, great, thank you.
And then, so we're still waiting the pending, the artwork for Don July for April, May.
Have you reached out to Don? Do you know that? Does he know he's gotta get stuff into you?
Yes.
Great.
Any questions on our?
So we're not gonna do, they're not gonna approve any of the 26s tonight,
No.
to go, okay, good.
So,
we're done.
Okay.
are there any, we're on to number 6, are there any grant efforts that you need to talk about? Okay. Review of art, okay, so here we are to the review of the budget.
And I have an update on that.
Okay,
So, City Councilor Marlene Parsons and I met with Teresa Munoz, who is the owner of Los Dos Hermanos. And we are moving forward on our little mural, our little postcard mural.
That's cool.
And we have artist Bridget Miller, who is a muralist, who is working on the amended design. We gave her concept art, and y'all have seen that concept art. It was orange and it looks like a postcard. You've seen those postcard murals in lots of cities, and we want to do that same thing. So Teresa is going to paint
That's going.
her building. It's a color, it's a Southwest color. It's a color called begonia, but it's kind of a salmony kind of color. And then the postcard, right now Bridget is working on the postcard images. So it will be, is it in here?
I'm looking for the budget. Oh, there, I can try to try it.
It is, do we have a concept art in here? For the
Yes.
postcard? What?
It's on the 66.
Thank you. Great, okay, so here's what we're talking about. Okay, this is gonna be painted begonia, which is salmon, and then working with Bridget will do complementary colors. It will basically, so what we've told her we want to do is make sure she keeps the river here. And there's a church in the Z, we're not gonna have a church, we're gonna use I call it the tower in the front of this building. You don't even notice it, but when you walk out tonight, you will. And so Bridget and I came down here and Bridget took photographs of all the images that we want to contain within the letters Keizer. Somewhere in here will be Teresa Munoz. And she'll be waiting. Like, welcome to Keizer.
Cool.
So
She loved
I was
that.
gonna say welcome to Kaiser, not greetings from Kaiser, right?
I don't know.
Huh.
We'll see what Bridget comes up with.
Oh, this is welcome.
We probably could change it to that. I'll let her know.
So what will be, are we gonna have the heritage?
So where in the E, I don't know if this is exactly where Bridget will choose to put them. I can tell you what the images are. I don't know where, we try to keep hands off with the artist.
Yeah, I just.
We say, here's what we want. Do it what you think. So the gazebo is one image that will stay. We're gonna use the cultural center. The old Kaiser School will be an image. Teresa will be an image. The bell tower will be an image. The big toy will be an image, and I don't know if there'll be a sixth image or not. We had talked about, and I thought this was a really cute idea, because we have sports fields, we have the soccer fields, but we also have baseball fields. Bridget thought it might be cute to show fields in one of the letters and a ball coming toward us. So a baseball or something. So I don't know.
What about like the amphitheater or something? But I guess that's.
I mean, that's a great idea too, Kim. We've got lots of stuff. I don't know. We give her, I can say, you might consider the amphitheater if the fields doesn't work out. I think oftentimes artists don't really know what's gonna work until they're doing it and it sees if it works. So I don't know what we're gonna have. But what'll happen is this concept was already approved by you. And then it goes to Teresa. And so then Teresa approves it and says, yep, I'm okay with that being on my building. Then it'll come back to you. You'll see the final product, but not till after Teresa approves it.
It's so cute.
It's gonna be so cute.
I'm really excited about this one.
So that is happening. That is gonna cost us $1,000. I already have community, the Kaiser Community Foundation is going to pay, total cost for this is $2,000. Kaiser Community Foundation is gonna pay $1,000 and $1,000 is gonna come out of our budget. So know that. You might wanna put, just know that even though it says we have whatever, we don't. The other budget update I have for you is I've been working with Hirsch Sangster, who is going to sponsor a, oh, never mind, we won't have, all you have to do is prove the act. Never mind, it's not gonna be any cost for that.
We do need to add the $400 for the drain, for the drains.
400?
Well, yeah, 200 for each one. If we're doing the same as the utility box wraps.
Are you going to do that?
We haven't
Well, that's-
talked about that.
No, but I mean, that's what
So
we were talking about, was making it just like the utility boxes. If that was the case, it'd be 200 per drain. So we'd be allocating for that.
Up to you. That's not gonna get that's not gonna get near the attention as. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys if you wanna spend $200 for that. I think I started out being 100.
I was gonna say, I think the.
Same as the holiday
The
card.
holiday cards is 100. I mean, I could see 200 for it's a bigger project, we do 200 for the, wraps,
Mhm.
and so that's a little bigger project. Isn't it?
Well, it's certainly more visible because
Yeah.
it's on River Road.
Yeah.
It's way visible, and we were talking about having it be like the others, like the same, doing everything the same as the utility box wraps.
Well, yeah, the call to artist and,
Yeah,
but that's $400. Where are we with our projected
if
expenses?
we have another 1,000 coming out, that drops us down to 4,
4481,
and if we do the 400.
3,000, wait a minute, then you got $3,000 coming out of that. Those are the 3 utility boxes that we put in our budget.
Okay.
So they're approximately 1,000. And what they cost, just so you know, Jim, if an artist works up the design, we pay them $200 and put a QR code to their website and give them attention on. You'll notice it now when you see the utility boxes, you'll look at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it costs $600 for the company to come manufacture and install the wrap. So each one of those is $800.
Mhm.
And then, so approximately 1,000. So we've got 3 of those in the budget to do. And then we're going to have to do $500 to paint our poles. To preserve the poles. This isn't a year that we have to do graffiti overlay, is it? That's 5
We did
years.
that last
I
year.
think that was last year.
It's in the master plan, I just can't remember. So that's 54 minus another 4, so you've got about $1,500 left. And that's plenty, you've got
I think you're
1,500.
fine. We don't really spend a whole lot.
No, we don't, we do really good stuff for,
Yeah, and I think if we're gonna be pushing that, I think. With this hard, like what Tam was saying, like we're gonna have like a month, or you were mentioning, we're gonna have like a month and a half to push it. I think having a higher ticket on it might help more so because it's not a contest, it's a call to artists. This is,
so are you making a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we do 200 per
Artist?
per artist
Selected for the drain art,
for the drainer, yeah.
and you're looking for a second. Okay, Jim's gonna say. So now you can discuss it. Now you can discuss it.
So does that, we only do $100 for the gift card.
So that's a
No,
contest.
for the
Contest.
holiday card.
Right, for the holiday.
That's a
Christmas
contest.
gifts. Yeah, that's a contest. I don't know, what does everybody else think? What do you?
I was against it until you brought up how much work and how little time they're gonna have, and that was a good point. So,
Okay,
Well, shall we take the vote then?
Yeah.
So all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
okay.
Not sure what I'm voting on.
You're voting on paying the artist that submits artwork to be put at a drain. This, we're talking about the Only Rain Down the Drain program. We would pay them $200 if their art is selected to be used for that program.
Does anybody have a
Course.
picture of any of the storm drain art?
No, it was a link in the
Oh.
email.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought.
I didn't look
I
at it.
had one
I
somewhere.
looked
on my
at it
phone. I was
previously,
just
but
gonna
it
show
Okay, so,
what we're talking about here.
so you've got approximately $1,000, and I would say, and it's January, and we have to go till June. So it's not spending money. We get paid. We have a new budget at the 1st of July every year, and we have $6,000. And if you look, once you get to look through your packet, you can take this with you.
Yeah.
You'll see all of the things that we've done. This committee has been in effect for, this is the 11th year. And when you look back and see everything we've done, I think I'm real good.
So we're moving on to new or other business, and so we've obviously discussed the storm drain art. And then the review of the K-PAC master plan, I think that's some things to say about that.
Yeah, so, with the K-PAC master plan, we pull up mine. Yeah. So. I just wanted to start by saying I really appreciate the amount of work that has gone into it. I thought the revision that you did, Lori, was really great. It's clear, it's well organized, it gives us a solid operational foundation, and I do support moving it forward. Before we finalize and send it to council, I would like to respectfully flag one area that I believe could be strengthened with minimal edits, but would also provide a long-term impact for Keizer. So Keizer is a city with roughly 30% diverse population, and while the plan references diversity once in the criteria, it doesn't yet explicitly speak to cultural representation, inclusive outreach, or accessibility in a way that reflects that reality. And I'm not suggesting a rewrite or a delay or anything like that. Like I said, I just have a small addition I think would help. I'm just asking that we would consider adding a small amount of language in the purpose statement or guidelines that clarify our intent to represent and engage the full community. That kind of clarity helps future commissions, artists, and council understand our values and protects this plan from becoming outdated. I believe addressing this now would strengthen the plan, support council approval, and help us build a more inclusive and vibrant art community overall.
So do you have proposed language?
Mhm.
Okay,
So,
so this is on page 30 of 67. It is on page 2 of 34 of the master plan. But in the packet, it is on page 30 of 67.
Yeah.
Hold on,
So-
let Jim do it. You there, okay, and you want to add something to the purpose statement.
yeah,
Okay.
so, it was, I moved that Keizer Public Arts Commission approve the 2020-2030 Public Art Master Plan contingent upon the addition of clarifying language that explicitly affirms the commission's commitment to cultural representation, inclusive outreach and accessibility reflective of Keizer's diverse community, and that staff incorporate this language prior to the plan being forwarded to the city.
But what is the exact language you want to add?
Not in these notes.
Okay,
Let me, sorry.
And if we're not really in your motion is to approve it with those things, and we're not ready to do that yet.
yeah, we can't do it anyway.
But I can have it, I mean,
At your next meeting,
yeah,
that'd be great. So what you need to do is to say, here's the exact language, if you could send it to Dawn,
Mhm.
that I want to add to the purpose statement, that everyone will have an opportunity to look at it.
Okay,
Then you can make.
perfect.
So I was saying,
I withdraw my motion.
perfect. Okay,
And, so we're done with the master plan.
here we are for now.
The utility box artwork submission by Deborah Cisco.
Yeah, what page is that on?
Oh, it's,
Oh, it's right
really
here.
cute.
It's right here,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
It looks like coming at us.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Don't have those on.
We have one very similar, it is purple, and it is on Dearborn and River Road.
There's one.
Why do I know this?
No,
That's
that's
just that.
No, it's purple and flowers. like
one's
this.
outside of Can Republic. This one? One similar?
Yeah,
The one on Dearborn and.
isn't that
River is the
Dearborn?
same.
Isn't that Burger King right there?
Yeah,
That's Tammy's.
There's pictures of all of them.
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what's,
That one.
The floral.
Oh, it's Glenbrook, sorry.
Glenbrook,
The
yeah.
rainbow book.
Yeah, that's the thing that's similar.
It is similar, but there's a lot
Black
black.
It's what?
There's more, there's black. in there
background
because-
versus white.
Yeah,
It is very similar, but it's just kind of something different. I think it's too similar.
you know, I mean, it's really similar even in color, isn't it?
It is very similar.
This one.
You know, I don't think,
Oh, okay,
Some pictures.
yeah,
Anyway,
it is.
it's there. It's beautiful, but I just would like something. different.
wonder if we asked Deb to consider changing the flower color because of the similarities
Yeah. that would-
between, like, if she did these all, if these look like black-eyed Susans.
Well, she does a lot of really cool stuff. And I mean, just ask her if she would be willing to submit something else because it looks,
So similar.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a beautiful piece. I didn't realize that it looks a lot like.
I thought it was, this was,
Same artist?
yeah,
I did too.
yeah,
So,
That's when I said, where's Deborah's? Because I thought this was the same
yes.
artist. Okay,
and Deborah might have not even realized that either.
she might not have.
So,
Yeah.
she's got a lot of really cool pieces.
Okay, so you're not gonna take any action on that pending talking with Deb.
Yes.
Got it.
So, and then we've already discussed choosing the mural artwork for those ones. So, you know, there was something else that I thought we should discuss.
Oh,
and-
right.
And, I think in the past, so it's like right now, in the past, we have not really. Nobody on the commission, has submitted artwork to a contest or like the holiday card contest. Because we thought it would be like a conflict. was brought to my attention that maybe with, we have, with the artists we have on this board. If we could, accept artwork, but maybe when we do our voting, there's no names attached to it. So we get submissions for art. And we take
So,
a vote.
and I can add to that.
Yeah.
Keizer Art Association, we do a monthly art show. And we have different judges come in and they judge the art. The judges have no idea whose art they're judging. There is, we have a nameplate that says the name of the piece, an artist and all that. Those are all covered up. So when the judge comes in, they just pick what they like, they pick the quality, they pick the aesthetics, and they select the art. The art stands alone. So I don't know why we have never done that, but I think and it would be easy for Dawn to do. So when we make the selection of any art, I think it should be. I don't know what your motion's gonna be, Kim, but I think it should be for any art that you're selecting, if it's in competition with another piece. That I think you should do it anonymously.
The only thought I guess I can make a motion and then we can talk about it, because I'm just curious, I'm concerned in how it would look to the public. I mean, yes, we don't know, but are we gonna, is it gonna look,
You didn't know.
yeah,
What it does is clean it up.
yeah,
So that if Deb submits an art and to be honest with you, I had talked about submitting a holiday art and I thought, I don't want you to know it's mine. Because I don't want you to feel pressure that or ding me
I
because
didn't
it's
think
mine.
we could submit for the holiday card.
Well, nothing says you can't, Becca, but no one has yet. But Cassidy should.
well, I mean, we had discussed it, several years ago, and just because of optics, thought it would be best not to.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally most for contests. How like employees or anybody affiliated can't.
I think that is absolutely correct. If you don't make it anonymous, then I think that that's correct. If you make it anonymous, then you don't know what you're selecting. And lots of board members, well, they're all artists. On Keizer Art Association, they're all artists. So they always have submissions to the monthly art contest. But we never know who it is.
Well, I'll make a motion, let's see, how should that be worded? I'll make a motion,
All art is selected anonymously.
that all art is in contests, is selected anonymously. Because
Well-
we're gonna have submissions for
Street
all
art
artists.
and for
street
drain art.
And so that doesn't have to be anonymous,
Paul, the artist wouldn't do this on a contest.
right?
Yeah, so it'll only be the holiday.
So it'd be contests.
Is there a second? Motion dies.
Good for a second.
Oh. A second. Now you get to talk about.
Okay, so what are your thoughts?
So currently, the submissions for the holiday cards are not anonymous,
They are not anonymous.
and we're asking that they become anonymous.
Mhm.
But I still don't think that anybody that serves the commission should be able to submit. So I guess I would just, it doesn't feel right. That any of us would be allowed to submit anonymous or non-anonymous artwork to the contest.
How do you feel that way, Becca?
Because we're voting on it.
Well,
But we don't know who did it.
Yeah, we don't know who did it, so then it's still like. It seems a little bit convoluted because if we don't know who the artist is and the artist is sitting here voting for their artwork, it doesn't. Feel,
Well, what if, like, that person just doesn't vote?
and then we know who's doing the art.
okay,
Or maybe they just, you guys, whoever submits, say, I submitted and I have to recuse myself from this vote.
Yeah, then you know that it's yours. Or-
no,
No,
Well,
from
from the-
all contest.
from the vote.
So we know one of them's yours.
One of them, but we don't know.
Yeah,
which
we don't
one.
know which one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, probably already told us that they had submitted something.
So yeah, that's.
I'm just worried about the optics, for the public. They submit their artwork and then all of a sudden, Lori Christopher wins the card contest.
Well, that's what I just think that we
Yeah.
should not.
Even though we know, we didn't know it was yours, but is the public gonna?
Yeah, I don't think any one of us should be allowed to enter the contest. That's how I feel about that. It just feels that it's too muddy of a water.
Any other comments?
I get what she's saying, but I think if it's anonymous and they recuse themselves from the whole vote, I think it's okay. I think. Why not allow them to enter their?
What do you think, Jim?
No opinion. Are
Okay,
you guys all visual artists?
I'm not an artist.
Mhm.
well, they're,
I'm already.
they say that, they're all art and.
No, I am.
Every single one of them is art, Jason.
I'm an artist, but I mean, like, the thing is too, is like, so say if Deborah submitted artwork for the card, we would know her art because we've seen her art, we know her art, so it would be really. Like I said, I think it really muddies the water, because even if that person steps out and they said, oh, I submitted art, it's anonymous, but we know what people's art looks like.
Yeah.
I think it's just too.
Sometimes that happens at Keizer Art Association. That you have an artist whose style is so distinctive that the judge knows that artist. Now, does it influence the judging? They say no, I don't know. But sometimes if the art is that distinctive, then it can. But you're all creative. I mean. Claire could create something on Canva if she thinks it's a good design and want to have it considered for a holiday card. So
I mean, I help people design their houses, so.
all the
Live on
time. And Cassidy, and so, we certainly would want to always include. Our
We don't
student.
get, what's the,
I mean, I think,
We
yeah,
got like 3 or 4 last year.
yeah,
I think we got like 6 last year. We're a big year.
so, on one hand, I would hate to, exclude somebody from the public. I don't know, I'm just thinking of optics, but I get what everybody's saying. So shall we have a vote?
You could try it.
There's a big outcry.
If there's a big
I
out,
don't think there's gonna be a big outcry.
I think there would be more of an outcry. If it was a sculpture that's gonna be put on River Road that we're buying for $10,000. And Kim did the sculpture, I think there'd be an outcry. I think there'd be an outcry, but for a holiday card where the winner receives $100 Michael's gift certificate. I'm not
Have
sure.
y'all not been on Facebook?
Yeah, seriously, I don't know.
We will argue over this for sure.
I feel like nobody really pays attention to the commission. They pay attention to the art. They don't pay attention to what we're saying
Yeah,
and how those decisions get made. Unfortunately. Exactly.
a lot of people want.
Don't know that this like exists.
Yeah.
Something. I didn't until it was mentioned to me by you.
That's right.
Is that an actual official city position?
Okay, so, are we ready to vote?
Let's wait,
What,
explain that issue again.
the motion is,
So the motion is, changing our, contest rules and allow, and have submissions come in anonymously. And, allowing, commission members,
Okay.
to
Yeah.
submit artwork.
well, there's no reason they can't now.
Yeah.
So the original motion was we review art for the holiday art contest anonymously. That was
Yeah.
that's the one you seconded.
Yeah. So all in favor? Aye.
I,
Try it right here, see what you think.
And opposed. Okay.
What did you think, Denise? You think we should do it anonymously? And do you think you should be allowed to submit something?
See both sides on that.
Well, get your butt home and start fixing one up. Okay,
Okay, let's see.
So
these holidays are killing us.
Well, we're on the topic,
you're in favor?
Huh?
You said you're in favor with that motion?
Yeah.
Well, I was in favor of the motion, but because the motion was to be anonymous.
Yeah.
That's all the motion was,
Yes.
I agree that it should be.
Thank you.
I didn't start a new motion, but, you know, I would express my opinion on that, but this is not. Like, I don't know what happened here, but like, this is not going to be, the one I saw the last meeting I was at is beautiful, and this is very pixelated, this is not. This is just a bad copy for our packet. I'm hoping. For the holiday greeting thing, this is a bad copy for our packet,
Oh, yeah,
okay, I was like.
that's right, right, Don? This is it.
The one I saw that I voted on was
Yes.
beautiful, and this, I
Yes.
can't read.
And this came in a format that doesn't, it's not real compatible with the
What
Word
percentage
document.
did you use? And what format did you use?
I have no idea. I
What-
can change that.
What do you need?
Could you put it in Word or PDF? PDF would be great.
Yeah, I can do that.
Nice,
Great.
thank you.
Good catch.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
like, please tell me this is not what we're sending out to people, because the one I voted on was very clear and crisp. So, just wanted to double check on that.
So our next meeting is February, what's the holiday this month?
ML's name maybe,
Oh,
or
no,
President's Day? or-
Okay, what's this
Oh,
one, this
yes.
President's Day?
Yeah, they're killing us, man.
Yes, I came here last,
Yeah, Kim was here.
I was sitting on my couch and oh my gosh, it's a meeting. And so, who's gonna be, oh, Becca, you were
Yeah.
reporting,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still gonna do that, yeah, Dawn.
So I have two things I need. You had talked about the concept artwork for the lost.
Lostos?
Thank you. But I didn't get an official motion, and so I do
Wait,
need.
we're not gonna,
and
we already,
You talked about it, you liked it, you liked the
didn't they
concept,
approve the concept art last month?
just the location.
Oh.
Yeah, so I
you
do
approved
need
that.
a motion. I got all the concept, the changes that y'all discussed, but I just need an
I
official motion.
move
that you
to
want.
approve the concept art for Los Dos Hermanos.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good catch, Dawn. I thought they had last month.
Motion approved. Meeting adjourned.
Wait, we need one more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
We need, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So the other thing was is, to end the packet tonight, I know that Kevin Selberg talked about the storm drain art program, but in your packet, there is a call to artists for y'all to look at. Do you wanna look at it at your next meeting?
The call to artists for the drain program,
Yeah, it's in the packet.
let's
Where is it?
wait till they make the changes. And then we can do it at once.
Because
Because if we approve this, then they come back with changes.
Because we'll have a picture and that's all gonna change, so. Right,
We'll have a poster.
a poster and the picture of the site.
If Becca gets her butt out there.
I will. I'll do it.
All right,
I'm done crying over my,
Huh?
I'm done crying about my life, so I'll do it.
Okay, well. So we're adjourned, right?
yes.
Why are y'all still sitting there?
Are we adjourned?
I did, well, okay, meeting.
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
No, I said,
Are you still on those magnets? I got them already, you got for you.
Oh,
I sent you I sent you the invoice a while ago. and-
You did?
Yeah. I sent it,
How did you send it to me?
I sent it via email and I sent you a text with a picture for approval.
Sir, where did you send it?
To text, to your text. And I figured